actually shared your first race car. You didn't both have one. You shared the car. What was that like? I mean, did you enjoy that?
No, not at all.
But a guy gets starting to win 75, 50, 75% of the time he comes out, and now all of a sudden there's a lot of people in the pits that they don't like that guy.
They keep yelling cheater.
He's cheating.
If you're winning, you're cheating.
Nobody can win.
Little Bobby will bounce back. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Well, you know it. Wes will be laying on the front stretch at Charlotte with him again, helping him hug the trophy. So all will be well in the Bobby Pierce world. You guys tell me, how many times does somebody beat the truck fair and square? I'm not talking about breaking or anything like that. How many times do you get beat in that truck at Thunder Mountain this year?
0.
And welcome into a special edition of Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live here tonight. I'm Josh Chastain. I'm joined by my good buddy Worldwide Wes Lanham over there in Campbellsville. Special event of Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live presented by Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. This is the Wilson Plumbing Studio. You can call the Absolute Seamless Gutters hotline 859-412-1287. At some point in the show, we'll be able to turn that hotline on. For now, we're going to have it on Do Not Disturb, Wes, because we've got a special guest coming to the Absolute Seamless Gutters hotline. Current World of Outlaws Late Model Series, Case Construction World of Outlaw Late Model Series driver, points leader, Nick Hoffman, going to be joining us on the hotline here in just a little bit. Man, awesome show ahead. I can't wait to get right into everything. It's going to be a whole lot of fun right here.
We're going to have a blast, man. How cool is it to have the points leader coming into this huge World of Outlaws swing on our show tonight?
Yeah.
Just cool, buddy.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man, because we want to try to do everything we can with all of our racetracks to help them out. This is just a huge night ahead for Ponderosa Speedway. I don't quote me on this, but I'm quite certain we are live, by the way, tonight, not only on Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass, but we're also live on the Ponderosa Speedway page as well. We appreciate Brandon Hargrove letting us do that. It really helps us. We can help him. He helps us. Really appreciate him letting us do this. I do want to mention here real quick, Wes, man, pretty cool here tonight on the show. Do want to ask everybody, share this out for us, please. Hit that share button. Let's get as many people as we can possibly on here. If we can set our record here tonight, Wes, we're gonna give away 2 free grandstand tickets to the World of Outlaw show coming up at Ponderosa Speedway on Friday night. And I have no doubt in my mind we can't get there because I think, like I said, man, this is a big deal, a big event, and I just can't wait to get started with everything this weekend, man. I'm pumped about it. It's going to be huge. It really is. If it's anything even close to last year, the show those guys put on last year, we're in for a treat coming up on Friday night.
An absolute slobber knocker of a race. Just one of those events that I think we will be talking about until the day we die, as far as some of the best races of our lifetime. And that World of Outlaws race at Ponderosa was a dandy. For sure. Standing room only. Place was packed. Cars everywhere. Fans everywhere. Racing action was just top notch. I can't wait. Is it Friday yet?
Yeah, is it Friday? Yeah, that's the question, man. And, so cool. I think it's just awesome that Brandon Hargroves give us these last couple of opportunities. Last weekend we were there and announcing, and I was up in the booth, and you're down in Victory Lane, and we're going to get to do the same thing coming up on Friday night. So it's really cool. I want to talk about here in just a little bit. And like I said, again, please share this out. We're going to give away some grandstand tickets this coming Friday night to Ponderosa Speedway for that World of Outlaw show. We're going to give away a Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live T-shirts. If we get enough people on here, Wes, we might even give away 2 or 3 of them.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah,
we may give out 2 or 3 tonight.
Yeah.
So get on here, share this out, get excited about this because this is a big deal, and
I know.
we're just super excited to be involved with it, and even more so than what we would be with actually going to be there and announce, and we was going to be there regardless. So
no, we were no, we were going to be there regardless, man. But it is, man. It's so much fun being there announcing and being there on Saturday night, and like it was awesome racing, and only my second time ever getting to do that, being up in the booth, and and just hear the crowd was going wild and they were into it, and nobody left last Saturday night. That was just an awesome show. This coming Friday night's going to be even better. We get to, of course, Ruben Morales and those guys with Dirt Vision, World of Outlaws. They're going to be doing the World of Outlaw part of it, but like it's also a big opportunity right here for some of our local guys to really have a big spotlight put on them too. You're going to have thousands of fans packing the place there at Ponderosa, and then everybody watching on Dirt Vision, and we're going to get to call that action for our local guys, which I just think is awesome, because everything we do on this podcast, 99% of it is for local racing right here in Kentucky. It's just we have the treat every now and then of the World of Outlaws coming to town, and that's this Friday night. So I look forward to that. I think that's so cool for our local folks right here in the state to have this opportunity for themselves as well.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, who knows who could be watching, in attendance or on Dirt Vision that could see some of the local talent in the other classes that's going to be racing on Friday night. And you just never know when the right phone call or message could be made and sent to one of these drivers. Say, hey, I want you to come and race for me. So that could happen. And what better way to be showcased than on the national stage there at Ponderosa Speedway Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, you were talking there just a minute ago too, though, about the race last year. And we said, man, that very good chance across the country could have been race of the year. It was definitely a candidate. It certainly was here. But seeing Mike Marlar, I'll never forget it. And we've talked about it several times, but seeing Mike Marlar come from the back of the field all the way through and make a late race pass on Bobby Pierce. And I'm telling you, we were both standing in the infield, and I've never seen a crowd more electric at a dirt track than that. It was crazy. And it just makes you wonder, like, what in the world are we going to see this coming Friday night? Can you, I don't know if that can be topped, but I think we'll see another really good show there. But man, that was unbelievable.
I mean, I got chills thinking about it, because we was standing there, and I don't know if it was like 10 to go, maybe even earlier in the race, but we just kind of was looking at each other. I know Hannah Newhouse was down there standing too, and we were just all kind of looking, and Mikey just kept making his way up through there, passing cars, running his line at Ponderosa is a lot different. He cut his teeth there, and to struggle all night and barely make it through in the B main and start deep in the field. I think it was 22nd, 23rd, something like that, and just come through the field, pass little Bobby late, and you could hear the eruption of the crowd over the race cars. It was just like, I mean, one of them races and experiences that, I mean, top 5 probably of all time races. Just atmosphere was excellent. Racing action, just one of those nights you're like, man, let's go do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's how quickly can we do that again? I mean, we've been to a lot of races, man, over the years, just in the last couple of years for that matter. And I don't know if I've ever personally, I've heard about it. You hear about that sort of thing like at Fairbury and some of those places, but I've heard about it, but I've never personally been at a race where you could actually hear the crowd over the cars. That's the first time I've ever personally been at a race and heard that before in the middle of a feature. I mean, that has to be pretty daggone loud, man. The crowd's got to roar for that to happen over top of the race car. So just awesome, man. It was incredible, and I have no doubt that, I mean, weather's going to be just perfect. Like, you know, we've battled this rain now for the last month or so, and it's been like iffy every time, and not this weekend, man. It's perfect weather, no chance of rain. Gonna just absolutely be an awesome night. One thing I wonder about real quick, I want to mention this. If any of our local competitors are watching with us here tonight, I'm sure some of them are. Put it in the comments section. Let us know if you're coming. I want to know who all's coming. We'll kind of give you a shout out a little bit later in the show. Get a list together of some of our local guys that are going to be there too. Because like I said, it's a big opportunity for them as it is anybody. Big stage there. So looking forward to seeing all them there on Friday night.
It sure is. I mean, in the super late model division, but especially, across the board in those other divisions, the crate division, hobby stocks, super stocks, modifieds. I think it's going to be just great car counts in all classes, and going to be some stout competition. Going to show up on Friday night. So yeah, let us know in the comments if we'll see you guys there on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I want to give one more chance here, man. We need to get some more people on this show. We've got Nick Hoffman coming up here in literally just less than 2 minutes. We're going to have him on the phone and talk to the current points leader of the World of Outlaws series. Let's get some more people on here. We're going to give some grandstand tickets away coming up here toward the end of the show. Going to give at least one Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live T-shirt, maybe more. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's get some folks on here. Want to get as many people on this live as we can. So the shares, the tickets are going to be given away based on shares. So throw your name in the hat by sharing this out. And we appreciate everybody that watches us here, listens to us each and every week on the podcast, but this is a big one, and a little bit of a, that's a big deal there, man. Free grandstand admission. Shoot, I'm down for that. I'm getting it anyway. I'm gonna be in the tower, but somebody out there can get lucky and get some free grandstand tickets. Hopefully it'll be you, but we'll see about that. Well, let's go ahead, Wes. Let's just jump right into it. Let's take a commercial break. I'm gonna go ahead and get Nick Hoffman on the phone. And as soon as we come back from that commercial break, we'll be talking with the current points leader of the World of Outlaws. How's that sound?
Sounds great, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Chris Lowry with Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. From simple service work to full paints, roofing, flooring, and everything in between, we're your one-stop shop for your home maintenance and remodeling needs. Our family has been serving the Richmond area for 3 generations, and we're proud to continue that today. You also voted us the best general contractor in Madison County in 2022. We thank you for that honor. Give us a call for all your construction needs at 859-353-1133.
All right, welcome back to Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. This guest segment is brought to you by Fast Track Plumbing. This is also the Wayne's Auto Repair Driver of the Week. The current Case Construction World of Outlaw Series points leader Nick Hoffman on the phone here with us. Nick, I know you're traveling up and down the road, man. Really appreciate you taking our phone call.
Yeah, no problem. It works out pretty good. Just logging miles here. We got a pretty long trip today, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, no doubt you do, man. But it really means a lot to us. We're live on the Ponderosa Speedway Facebook page as well. Brandon Hargrove, track promoter there, gave us that opportunity here tonight since we were going to have you on to sort of talk up the show coming up at Ponderosa on Friday, man. But I tell you what, I know this is a big swing here coming up for you. I looked earlier today. There's a 4-point gap between you and Brandon Shepard. 8 races in 10 days coming up, starting tomorrow night in Tennessee, and then you're traveling up to Kentucky on Friday night. So that's quite a stretch there for you, and a lot on the line too.
Yeah, I think we're racing 8 different states here in the next 10 days, or 6 states in 10 days, or something. 8 races. So it's a ton of racing. It's kind of like our own hell tour here for the World of Outlaws, and something I'm very familiar with. So obviously a lot of hot days and a lot of traveling and stuff. So you try and do your traveling overnight. And, That's why I left kind of later tonight to travel to Thunder Hill here, and then we'll travel tomorrow to Ponderosa, and then Brownstown after Ponderosa. So I'm looking forward to it right now. Yeah, everything's pretty close, and we haven't got a whole lot of races in here. So after this next stretch, we'll kind of see, how everything shakes out, and that'll really show the points battle from there.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Go ahead, Wes. I'm letting you get a question now. You got this man on the phone with us, so you go ahead, buddy. You fire away.
Yeah, well, just to talk a little bit about that, I guess for my little bit of short words here, but shout out to Tidal Wave Terror Blake Brown hooking us up with your contact. I just reached out to Blake. I've watched him race his entire life and everything that he's ever raced, and I reached out. I said, we really want to have Nick on the show. He's leading the points. Can you hook us up? And he said, yeah, just send him a text. And he just was bragging on how good a guy he was, and he's pretty good in your elite chassis right now as well.
Yeah, Blake's damn near a family member to me now. He's dating my cousin there, so yeah, I've gotten to hang around him quite a bit here, and super good family, in general. So I knew him quite a bit through just racing against them a little bit, and then they had contacted me about a car a couple of years ago, and just nothing ever came through with that. And then ended up getting one of my personal cars, is what he's racing now. Got that last year and was able to win right out of the box with it. So he does a great job and representing my brand, and then obviously winning races all over the country. So super cool kid. We call him Chase Elliott. Looks like Chase Elliott. So yeah, I like to give him a little bit of crap, but yeah, he's been good for me.
Yeah, that's funny. You mentioned he looks like Chase Elliott. I hadn't heard that before, but that is true, man. He does look like Chase Elliott. So, but no, cool having him in your cars and stuff too. So, I want to mention real quick for the fans listening live here, watching live. If you have a question for Nick Hoffman, go ahead and fire away those in the comments. We'll get one shot over to him before we get off the phone with him. But you talked about there the grueling stretch you've got coming up. I counted 8 races in 10 days across 6 states: Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota. I think I might have missed one there, but man, Wisconsin. That's the one I missed. Yeah. So what a grueling stretch, though. But you did run the Hell Tour for quite a few years there. How does that help you prepare for this stretch you've got coming up?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are on the Outlaw Tour that have ran the Summer Nationals. A lot of guys that cut their teeth running Summer Nationals. So it's really nothing new for us to race a bunch. It's just probably a little bit more mileage, I would say, compared to some of those Summer National nights. But yeah, it definitely helps with knowing basically what you got to do every day to prepare, and you can't do anything stupid on the racetrack to get yourself behind, because you go out there and you completely kill a car. It could really set you behind, not for just one race, but a couple races down the stretch, just as far as making sure your trailer's all prepared with, the right parts you need. And then you go out there and kill a car, and you basically spend 2 or 3 days trying to repair stuff, it feels like, to get yourself back to 100%. So just, racing with a smart mentality, obviously racing for a championship at the end of the day, you got to try and race your way into the top 5. I feel like every night, if you're going to win this deal, you're going to have to average at least a 4 to 5 finish every single night. So that's what we focus on, and it's a lot of miles, but it's just part of it that we're doing what we love.
Yeah, man, I imagine you got to love too, man. It's really a cool thing. You dominated the modified ranks there for so long, and now in the super late model ranks running with the Case Construction World of Outlaws, to be the points leader right now, pretty far into the season. You got this big stretch coming up. I know that's tough, but it's got to make you feel really good being in that position you're in right now with that points lead. That's a really cool thing.
Yeah, the biggest thing is already have won a couple of races has been really good for confidence. The points deal is cool. At the end of the day, Bobby won that championship by winning a bunch of races last year, so that's what it's going to take. And then, like I said, you can't do anything stupid either. But being confident enough to know that I can beat these guys and win races is a big deal. And this like I said, this next stretch here, we'll kind of really see how the points are going to shake out. I have a lot of movers and shakers, and hopefully we can just spread away from a couple of them guys where, it can maybe come down to a three or four car race.
I got a fan question here for you real quick. Greg Hensley wants to know, where do you get your racing fuel for all these races? Do you take the drums with you?
Yeah, so like this stretch here gets kind of difficult because we're racing so much and we're gone so much. So we really need probably 3 or 4 drums. But man, if you got pulled over with 3 or 4 drums in this thing, it's a huge ticket, So we're already like running on the line of being in danger anyway with registered RV and all the different crap that they put us through. And we're almost overweight anyway. So the biggest thing, we'll haul 1 drum and then all of our fuel jugs full. So and then we will eventually run into Ty, which is my car owner. We'll eventually run into him and get more fuel and tires and stuff like that. So right now we got this trailer about, stacked to the gills with, tires and parts and everything we need. But luckily, my car owner being based in Ohio, once we get kind of over towards that way, we'll be able to kind of restock on everything.
Yeah, I imagine that's
good.
Yeah. Good to be able to restock on fuel, and I could see how that'd be an issue that you would have being on the road this much for sure.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of everything. You almost got your whole shop in this trailer here.
Yeah. All right, Wes, you fire away, man. You got one of the last few questions here. I ain't hogging the thing on you.
No, you're not hogging. He kind of hit on it there, talking about the wins. So you've already got 3 wins in you all raced 12 times in the season, and Mother Nature's not really been the best race fan kind of this spring, and you look, Bishop's not won any yet. Cade Dillard's 3rd, he's not won any, and then Madden is in 4th and he's won 2. So if you can win a couple races in this stretch and then podium and top 5s, that should keep you up there. But like you said, Bobby won a lot of races last year, and that kind of was good that he could be consistent and also keep that points lead as the season progressed.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Bobby's still going to make up all those points. Like, he'll still get back to us in the points battle. I'm pretty confident of that, So definitely got to, still look at him as being a player in this deal. Madden, on the other hand, he would still be second in points and probably either be leading or all over me for the points too if he didn't have 2 engine issues and basically get DNFs right there that last stretch. So, it just everything's got to go your way. You can't have anything fall off. You can't have motor. I look back at Volusia. If Ricky Thornton Jr. blew up a motor in front of me on the last day of Speed Weeks there, and I had nowhere to go and run in the back of him, and so I got a DNF that night. And you look back at that like, man, if that wouldn't have happened, I was running 5th in the race at the time. So if I would have run 5th and not 25th, how many points I'd be ahead right now. But it's just the way it goes. Stuff's going to happen. You're going to have those nights. But as long as your nights that you do finish are, towards the front, you can claw your way out of that. But, Matt's still going to win his fair share of races this year. And, he's just always going to look back at that. Man, if that didn't happen, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But it's just the way it goes in this deal.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I got to get to the most important question while we've got you on here. This is Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass, and we're live on the Ponderosa Speedway Facebook page. So I got to ask you, you've got tomorrow at Thunder Hill down there in Tennessee, but Friday night at Ponderosa. What can you tell us about racing at Ponderosa, and what are you looking forward to for Friday night?
Yeah, that place is obviously a bull ring, elbows up. Mike Marler made us look stupid there last year, come from the B main basically kill us, So it can definitely be one from anywhere. But yeah, that place, I've had success there in a modified, raced there a couple times in a late model, and been okay, not great. But I feel like I kind of know my way around there. It's just I just get off and either don't qualify good or whatever. But it's definitely one of the fastest bull rings that we go to. Qualifying there, you can run around there pretty much without lifting. So I'm excited to go there. This place tomorrow, I have no clue what to expect. I don't think any of us do. I don't think there's a single tour regular that's ever raced here tomorrow. So that's definitely going to be a wild card. Ponderosa, we kind of know what to expect, and who will be good, and then Brownstown, I'm pretty confident about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, we look forward to it. What's it take though on Friday night at Ponderosa? What in your mind as you go into that race? What's it take to pick up the win there for Nick Hoffman on Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, just like any night, you got to qualify good, but I've been fortunate to do that a little bit this year and put myself in a pretty good spot most nights. But I feel like that place there is going to be, a Bobby Pierce, a Brandon Shepherd type of racetrack where it'll probably get up around the fence at 3 and 4. We see a lot there. So fending those type of guys off will be tough, but, I feel like our hot rod's good enough right now to do it.
Yeah, I think it is for sure. And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I know Worldwide West, you're looking forward to it, ain't you?
Yeah, I can't wait. And I was going to tell Nick, if I was you, as soon as that, you got Thunderhill tomorrow, so that's a number one. You gotta go and race there. But as soon as that race is over with, I think I'd go back and watch the race from last year and just watch what Mikey did to get all the way through that traffic in 50 laps and try to see his line and what he did to go from the tail to the front.
Yeah, I think I need to call Mikey and figure out what he did to that race car, because I remember that night he was terrible in qualifying, absolutely terrible in the heat race. And
he was.
He must have threw the kitchen sink at it for the feature because he made us all look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about that just countless times, how bad he really was. And then to put on a show in the feature, just barely made it through in the B main. So, I mean,
transfer.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't know if he was gonna be able, to make it through and transfer in. So, what a race though.
Yeah.
And it was packed too. The stands were packed. Just an awesome night at the track.
Yeah, that place is really cool. The way the front straightaway is rounded, so the bandstands are rounded. I expect the same thing this week. It'll probably be a packed house for sure, and obviously the parking gets a little tight with all the cars we'll have there, so I have to get over there early and get a good parking spot.
Yeah, you will for sure. Well, there's your Worldwide West driving tip of the day, Nick.
Yeah.
I think if you follow his advice, you'll probably pick up that win on Friday night.
Hopefully, I don't have to come from 22nd to do it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, hopefully not. Maybe
hopefully you'll qualify good and make it through. Win your heat race. Get a good redraw.
Yeah.
Start up there in the at least in the top 5.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right. Well, buddy, we really appreciate you jumping on here with us for just a few minutes, and it's been a whole lot of fun. Good luck this weekend, and be safe traveling up and down the road.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, and fans that are coming out to Ponderosa, come check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you Friday night.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Nick
Bye-bye.
Hoffman here on Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. Just really cool of him, man, to jump on here with us for a few minutes and help us preview this WoO show coming up on Friday night at the Pond. It's just really cool to have those guys. A couple times a year, we don't get to do it very often. We're always focused on our local guys, but it's good for them to come on and help bring the spotlight to racing here in Central Kentucky, and that's part of what makes it's such a big deal for everybody involved in our sport here locally. A couple times a year, man, you get these guys in and they help us out in a big way, kind of showcase what we've got going on right here in Central Kentucky.
Yeah, and especially when we talk to these drivers that run Lucas and World of Outlaws, when we talk to them about Ponderosa, they rave about it. They love it. The fast bull ring, you can't beat that red clay, and they all seem to really enjoy coming there. It's a neat little place and racing on it. So that's always cool too. To hear them and kind of their thoughts on the Kentucky's baddest bull ring.
That's right, the Kentucky's baddest bull ring. That's where the show's going to be this coming Friday night. You still got time while we're on here, or even after the show ends. If you're watching, a lot of people I know watch the replay, but share this out. And Brandon's going to give those grandstand tickets away for Friday night based on shares. So if you share this, you've automatically entered yourself into a chance to win those free grandstand tickets. So be sure and just if you're just joining us here lately, share this, and you're going to have a chance to win those grandstand tickets. We're going to try to get this out there to as many people as we possibly can. But let's look here real quick, Wes. I thought, it's unbelievable, the World of Outlaws coming to town right at the right time. I mean, look at this points battle coming in to this little stretch here. They've got 8 races in 10 days. They're going to start out down in Tennessee tomorrow night, and then go to Ponderosa on Friday night, Brownstown on Saturday. But as they come into Ponderosa on Friday night, you're coming in with Nick Hoffman, only a 4-point lead over Brandon Shepard. He may not even be the point leader on Friday night. Look at that battle: 50 Cade Dillard, 60, only 60 back for Chris Madden. It's anybody's ball game still this far into the season for the World of Outlaws, and Ponderosa is going to have a big part to say in that at the end of the day on Friday.
That's exactly right. And like you said, who knows really and truthfully who will be coming in as your points leader on Friday night, going to a track that nobody has a clue. There's no notebooks. There's no scenarios and this, that, what am I going to do to the car if the track does this? So I guess, Thursday night at Thunder Hill's kind of a wild card. Who knows who's going to come out of there with the victory? Sure. Heck, it could be a local regional guy. You just can't never tell.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell, but you do know without a doubt it's going to be a tight points battle as they come into Ponderosa on Friday, and that's part of what the fans are going to get to see there. Those guys are going to put on a show for the win, for the race, but also, man, they're out there battling it out for this points battle as well. But just look at the drivers list. We're just talking for Case Construction World of Outlaws, not even the regional guys. There are going to be several of them there on Friday night. But Cade Dillard, Chris Madden, Kyle Bronson, Tyler Bruning, Bobby Pierce back there in 7th, but even after everything with him this year, he's still got a chance for the points lead. Just some big names just on that top 7 there for the point standings with the Battle of the Bluegrass, the World of Outlaws series. So, and then look at just 10th through 21, Cody Overton, the Squirrel, Brian Shirley, Max McLaughlin, Brent Larson, Tristan Chamberlain, Dustin Walker, Parker Martin, Todd Cooney, and then down there, even 21, man, Jimmy Owens. So just going to be an unbelievable night with so many heavy hitters in attendance there at Kentucky's baddest bull ring, and I can't wait to see it. It's and like I said, I didn't even talk about regional and local guys there for the supers. So looking forward to seeing.
You throw those guys in there. Our good buddy David Tilley said it could be another Marler. Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Skylar rolls in a super. Cameron rolls into the super. Cameron's good there. If he qualifies good, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it done. He could Cameron go out and set quick time, Who
Sure,
knows?
he could. Yeah, Cameron won the spring nationals. I think it was the race at Lake Cumberland just a little bit ago. So, I mean, definitely, even if it ain't Mikey this year, it could be another Marlar. I could definitely.
Right.
There's no doubt in my mind that that's not possible. And then throw in all the other local guys. I mean, I haven't heard any schedules, but I would be shocked to death if Josh Rice ain't there. Michael Chilton, of course, I'm sure he'll be there. Haven't heard from him, have you? But I'm sure he'll be there. I'd be shocked if he's not.
Yeah, I mean, heck, Devin Gilpin, he runs good at Ponderosa. He could show up. Adam Stricker has had a really good season so far in 2024.
Yeah.
In that 68 car, he could show up.
Dustin
I mean,
Linville, I
it's
haven't
kind
heard.
of, yeah. I would. It's a good possibility Linville
I'm just
could be
throwing
there
some names out there, yeah. But
in the Hatcher ride. Greg Johnson, that could, he could show up in the 88.
JP
I mean, you
Motorsports,
just, you just. I gotta say, we've got some really good super drivers still here in that are local regional guys here in the state of Kentucky that definitely know their way around Ponderosa.
Oh yeah, absolutely they do, and so and I gotta say it would be really cool too, man. We talk about the national guys, just rolled them all off there, but it would be really cool to see one of our regional or even local guys right here at home come away with that win in front of a packed house on Friday night. I mean, how cool would that be to see one of those guys in victory lane? If that was to happen, I think there's a really good chance that the decibel level of the crowd would once again, for the second year in a row, get above the race cars there. And man, that'd just be awesome. We would love it. I'll tell you that much. We would absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, it would definitely be awesome, man. Looking at some other regional guys, Jameson could show up in the Ratliff ride there in the 12. Sure. Justin Ratliff could show up in a super.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
He could very easily be pulling a double duty with the super and the crate car. He's good in both cars.
He is. Yep.
I don't know. It's just a coin toss to see who may show up and show out on Friday.
That's right. Yeah, show up and show out, man. Can't wait to see it. Well, I mean, because also in action, we're talking about these World of Outlaw guys, but also in action, we got $1,500 to win for pro late models there on Friday night. Talk about fun racing. If you were at Lake Cumberland Speedway on last Saturday night, man, I'm telling you, the thing about it was I got to sit up there and call that race. And man, it was such a good race to call because they were 3 wide and through lap traffic, and it got absolutely dicey there. And that was pro late models, man, racing for $2,000 to win. I almost thought we were at Ponderosa for this Friday night there for a second. The racing was so good. That's what we're going to see, not only for the supers, but the pro late model is going to put on some racing there for $1,500 to win. All those guys, they're extra pumped too about a show like this. They've got this one circled on their calendars. Just because that's a huge crowd, a huge event, the Billy Todd Classic, they're going to be just as ready to go as the World of Outlaw guys are on Friday night.
Yeah, they and those crate guys love to race at Ponderosa. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the show that we saw on Saturday night, those top 3 cars, Jay Watt, Tommy Bailey, Roman Wesley, those guys put on a show.
Absolutely, they did, man. It was just
Tommy Bailey. Great racing.
I mean, Tommy Bailey, Jeff Watson, Roman Wesley, you hear the saying a lot, you throw a blanket over them, man. You could throw a blanket over them in 2 lap cars. It was just in 3 lap cars right there before the caution came out. So, I can't wait to see some more of that and be able to sit up there in the booth at Ponderosa Speedway and call that action. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's like a dream come true to me. I'm weird. I know I'm odd. I'm an oddball, and I'll admit that. But like, it's so cool for me because I remember going when I was a kid to Ponderosa and sitting there and Michael Spanky DeSpain announcing, and like Spanky was my hero. Like I always wanted to be able. I always thought, man, it'd be so cool to be able to do what he's doing. Man, as a kid, I'd go home and like practice my announcing. You know, did you ever do that? Or am I alone in such craziness? Like
No,
most
listen.
people probably don't do that, but I did. And so for me,
he's still one of my heroes in the racing industry. I mean, he's forgot more than I'll ever know.
yeah. Oh, he has for sure, no doubt about that.
And
Yeah.
just has a wonderful voice on the mic, and his knowledge of dirt racing across the country, but especially here in the state of Kentucky. The man knows his stuff. And but yeah, I mean, you'd listen to him and then you'd try you're little and you're like, man, one of these days maybe that could happen.
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, you're not weird. I'm right there with you.
All right. Well, I'm glad somebody's with me. We're probably one of the few at least. So
Yeah.
Open Wheel Modified's also there on Friday night. Another $1,500 to win for them. So untelling who will show up for that. I've seen a few drivers here in the comments talking about being there on Friday night, but I'm sure it'll be a big field of cars for the open wheels as well. Hobby stocks $500 to win, and super stocks are paying $1,000 to win on Friday night as well. So local guys, show up, show out. Man,
Pack
hope
that
to see you
place.
there.
Saw that Zane Powell's going to be there in his Pro Late model. Right down the road from Zane's house. He's really good.
He is. I know,
Man, I mean, you look at it. It could be 20 to 30 Pro Late models roll in there and put on a dang good show on Friday night.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the hobby stocks, super stocks. Just across the board, it's going to be some good racing, and I'm really excited about being able to call that part of the action there, and that's a whole lot of fun. We won't be a part of the late model stuff, but we'll be a part of everything else, and man, that's a whole lot of fun for me. Just the thought of seeing our local guys here be able to have a chance. Going to be on Dirt Vision, for them too, all of them. It's just just a cool deal.
When you hollered at me and you said, hey, Brandon, called and said he wants us to be a part of everything again on Friday night, man, I lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. I was super excited, and just a great opportunity, man, and really, really looking forward to Friday night at the pond.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So just to go over some information here with you again, go back, watch this whole video. We had Nick Hoffman on just a little bit early. He's talking about racing coming up this Friday night at Ponderosa Speedway, being the point leader going into that deal. Really a cool conversation there with him. But going to have the Case Construction World of Outlaws on hand there at Ponderosa Speedway on Friday night. Pro late models, open wheel modifieds, hobby stocks, super stocks. It's going to be a huge. It's going to be a huge night. You got to be there. I would say get there early. Get there and get yourself a seat because there ain't going to be many left at the end of the night. There probably won't be any left, Wes, at the end of the night. So get there early. I'm going to be there early. I
got to work. I'll be there. I'll be there when I get off work, but there's a possibility I may be driving like I'm coming out of Ford to get that checkered flag.
To take the checkered, yeah. You might have to. Because we need you there, buddy. Be like the drivers. We need you now, Wes. Because as we're getting this show started, it's going to be a huge night coming up on Friday night. So let's go ahead real quick and get to our Keltner Contracting weekend outlook. Of course, we've talked about it the whole show. Friday night at the pond, But Saturday night, June 22nd, also here locally, you've got a regular show at Thunder Mountain, 2,000 to win mods at Mud Lick, a regular show at Willard, $5 admission night at Florence, and a regular show at Rockcastle. So just overall there, a big weekend right here locally, getting it started on Friday night at Ponderosa, but then carrying it on into Saturday. A lot of good events coming up there on Saturday night as well. All right, so how do you think, how should we give away? So Brandon's going to handle based on shares. Again, like I said, share this out even after we get out of here. Hit that share button. You'll be automatically entered into that chance for those grandstand ticket giveaways. He'll take care of that after the show. But how should we go about giving away this Dirt Racing on the Bluegrass Live T-shirt? What should we do? Give me something good, Wes. Come on, you got something good. How can we give it away before we end this thing? So you got to be at Ponderosa on Friday night. We'll give it to you there. That's the first criteria.
So there's the first criteria. You have to be there. You have to like the page.
Yeah.
You have to share this video.
Uh-huh.
So there's three criteria.
Oh, son, you putting it on. You making it hard on them.
No, I just want them to be vested to
That's
have
right.
one of these
Yeah.
2024 edition Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live T-shirts with all of these beautiful sponsors that we have on the back of that T-shirt. So that's
get it.
or if you don't win the drawing, you can pay $25 for one of those and look like me and Jumpin' Josh.
I like it.
Now we got to find out what other than that.
Right, because you got
like a trivia question. We got to be able to answer a trivia question and a good one too.
All right, so what you got for us? Give us a good trivia question.
I don't want it to be really hard, but I want it to be a good one.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is not the greatest, but it's still a good one.
All right, we'll see what you got. See what
Who won the World of Outlaw points in 2018?
All right, 2018. Who won the World of Outlaws? That is a good one. I like it. 2018 World of Outlaws Late Model Series. Who was the champion in 2018?
Because it was a cool deal because me and now my beautiful wife Sherry went to Charlotte to the World Finals that year in November and watched the crowning of all three of the World of Outlaws. So you had super late models, sprints, and big block modifieds. So we was there for that. So
all right,
it was a good year.
I'm gonna put some up here on the screen. You tell me if it's you tell me if it's correct, Wes.
Nope.
All right.
Nope. Let's see. Let me make sure my years is right.
You don't even know the answer to your own trivia question. Come on.
Well, I just did it off the top of my head. I thought we was gonna like go through them after we was over with.
No,
Are you just gonna do it right now?
No, we're giving it up right now, buddy. We got it right now in the moment, right here. That's why you said they got to share it. I'm gonna give this shirt away right now. We're getting this one over with. Brandon's gonna take care of the tickets later on. Make sure we got our shares. But yeah, and you got to pick this up on Friday night at Ponderosa too.
All right, I'm looking.
All right. While Wes looks up his own trivia question here, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that we've got one more part of this podcast left. We do this every podcast episode. That is the DirtmanDiecast.com Steak Dinner Pick'em Challenge. Myself and Worldwide Wes Lanham, we pick the winner of an event coming up for the weekend. Keep tally of it, and whoever has the most points at the end of the year gets a steak dinner provided for them on behalf of the other participant. So Wes is ahead right now, 4-2. Unfortunately, he's took a little bit of a lead on me after I beat him last year. He won the first year. He picked Josh Rice to win last weekend at Mud Lick. Got that one right. Neither one of us got the number of cars correct. I was trying to do that just to give us a point there because we're terrible this year.
Terrible, as Charles Barkley would say.
Terrible, man. Awful. Terrible. So 4-2 though currently. So for this one, it's pretty obvious, Wes. We're going to pick the winner of the Super Late Model World of Outlaws feature event Friday night at Ponderosa Speedway. So we're not calling that part of the race. We are calling everything else. We're not calling that part because, it's proper etiquette. If you're calling the race, you're not supposed to pick the winner. So since we're not calling that portion, we can do that. All right, since you got a 4-2 lead, I'm going to get first pick, Ponderosa Speedway. Let us know. Wes is checking on the other thing here. Have you found that 2018 champion yet?
I'm looking. Yes, I have.
All right, who was it? Let's get that out of the way.
It was Mike Marler.
All right, see, it was Mike Marler. See, I put it up there a long time ago. Who'd I have?
So I was thinking, I had 2019 that I was thinking about. Marler won in 18, B-Shep won in 19.
There you go, Jonathan. Everybody on here is commenting Mikey, and you telling them they're wrong.
Well, I doubted myself.
You did. Yeah, you did. So Jonathan Young, if you're going to be at Ponderosa on Friday night, let us know. Look us up there. We'll get with you and get you your free Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass live T-shirt. Let me know there too if you don't care what size shirt you wear. I'll have that ready for you there for Friday night at the pond. So congratulations on being the winner of the free Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass live T-shirt. Thank you for the contest there, Wes. We really appreciate. Yeah. We really appreciate that.
I doubted myself, and I was right.
Well, it looks like good thing you doubted yourself there, because everybody on here would have been wrong but you. So, all right, who you got? I'm going with Bobby Pierce. Led most of that race last year until late in the race from the back. Mike Marler passed him for the win. Bobby Pierce is going to get it done this year. He's not going to get passed late in the race. He's going to go on and win the thing this year. So I'm going with the 32, Bobby Pierce.
Going with little Bobby Pierce for the win. All right. That's a good pick. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to go with Brandon Shepard.
Brandon Shepard. All right, that's a good pick too there.
To get the win.
Yeah.
So we both picked Illinois boys to win in Kentucky.
We sure did. Well, unfortunately, we just picked Illinois boys to win in Kentucky. But you know what? When the World of Outlaws come to town, let's just be honest.
Anybody can win.
Anybody can win. We saw someone win it from the back last year. Either way, no matter who wins, hopefully it's Bobby Pierce, and I get to take home the bragging rights from the biggest paying race in Ponderosa Speedway history and close that gap 4-3 after this week. So, but hey, man, we'll see. I do know one thing. It's going to be an awesome show. Can't wait. Friday night can't get here soon enough, and hopefully we see everybody there on Friday night.
Yeah, can't wait. Going to be just an awesome night of racing across the board from start to finish. World of Outlaws in town. All of our local divisions, pro late models, open wheel modifieds, hobby stocks, super stocks. It's going to be a great night. Can't wait for Friday to get here. It
is, man. It's going to be an awesome night. It can't get here soon enough. And until then, we'll see you Friday night at Kentucky's Baddest Bull Ring. We'll be there. Hope to see you there. See everyone on Friday night.